Fala aí, pessoal, beleza? Fala aí, pessoal, beleza? Fala aí, pessoal, beleza? Fala aí, pessoal, beleza? Alô, som. Fala, pessoal. Fala, pessoal. Fala, pessoal. Fala, pessoal. E aí, galera, beleza? Bom, hoje jogando aqui Redfall. Esse jogo teve muita propaganda, né? Teve um alarde aí, um RPG que eu comecei jogando ontem, eu ia até fazer uma live, mas aí no final deixei quieto, porque é um jogo bem detalhado, bem tem muita coisa pra aprender aqui. Ele é bem RPG mesmo. Cada detalhe é fundamental no jogo, né? Roupa, magia, tem de tudo, né? Arma também, né? De tiro mesmo. Então é um jogo diferente, uma mistura aí de. O pessoal falou Assassin's Creed, mas eu não curto muito Assassin's Creed não. Porque Assassin's Creed até tem essa parte, né? De você ter uma coisa aqui que eu preciso mexer. Peguei as roupas dos caras que eu botei agora. Tá bem no comecinho aqui do jogo. Tô jogando no Ultra, várias coisas no Ultra. Saiu também hoje aí o vídeo do upgrade que eu fiz aqui no PC. 40% do processador. Antigamente você não podia fazer nada, né? Porque usava 99%. E eu acredito aqui que como eu estou gravando, né, todas as peças leve, né, aqui na viradinha aqui, mas se você então, nesse mundo aqui, né, o tópico aqui, parece que existe uma doença, né, doença, o diário fala sobre isso, né, mais difícil de cuidar, eu algumas noites nem sinto mais minhas pernas, como se tivesse virado gelo, não há mais nenhuma dúvida, peste gris, que é o nome da doença, me pegou, assim como tantos outros, eu não tive força nenhuma para usar a verdadeira me resta arrastar até o pequeno descansar aqui está força para que eles possam acabar com o sofre. É isso. A cidade ela é fluida de carinho. Toda hora tem uma cinza, sinistro o negócio mesmo. Eu sei que a mãe da pessoa vai escolhi os cidade maravilhosa.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
existence. Won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in existence. Come one, come all. Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity. Your time is precious in these dark hours, but what you're about to discover could save your life. Come closer now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science. You won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in existence. Come one, come all. Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity.
Permite que você melhore suas armas e armaduras. Ciência permite que você crie poções e armadilhas. Ah, essa era uma das escolhas, né?
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about Tirfredi.
Right. Even stories that my heaviest drinkers would have trouble believing. They say that man trees live there. Dragons and gigantic creatures. Treasure abounds under every rock. And the source of eternal life is hidden somewhere there. Last night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the port. Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my opinion, the drink was fueling their imaginations.
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late, things are looking better. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something to hope for. Now that we have a city there, quite a few seafarers come by to spend their wages.
Has the Malicor really put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People are still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Yeah, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you on?
Oh, hello, Your Excellency. It is an honor.
I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Tier 4D? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
The merchant is there. To my help! To the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Opportunity. Your time is precious in these dark hours.
To my help!
What's your advantage?
To the others!
Don't be afraid. Come on, celebrate. Won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in existence. Your time is precious. Come close now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science. Believe your eyes. This is
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tirfredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Saad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the Union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, Exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
And what of your war with Siga-me?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Tiafredi.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Siga-me has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
É, meu amigo. Conflitos irão acontecer. E aqui esse jogo aqui parece que tem muito.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Esse cara tem cara de ser traidor, né?
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
D'Artagnan?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tiafredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it. And perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front, without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
How's Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult. Disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints. That heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
Eu acho que o microfone já tá no milhão já. Alô. Pera aí. Continua abaixo ainda?
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
Tá muito
May the
baixo.
light guide you, de Sade.
Bom. live, eu vou voltar depois do almoço. Esse jogo aqui. Então é isso aí. Por enquanto a gente fica por aqui. E pode ser que depois do almoço a gente continue aí o jogo aí. Beleza? Valeu, Felipe, aí pelos toques aí. Pena que chegou um pouquinho tarde. Mas qualquer coisa a gente continua aí. Um abraço, até mais. Falou!